that this is exciting. I get to get a tutorial on the trout magnet from the inventor of the trout magnet. This is pretty cool.
Well, the whole thing is a system. You mentioned that word earlier, and this is very much so a system. We're fishing the trout magnet, which is a 1/64 ounce jig head with a split tail grub. And the reason that tail is split is so how it falls, and you want that hook to come right out the split of the tail, and you want that lure to look completely straight, just like that right there. So you can see the lure straight. Got that shad dart head. This thing drifts along the bottom like that, not like a normal jig would. Even the one we were using earlier hops, right? The difference is we're fishing for trout in a stream, and every one of these fish are facing upstream looking for a food source that comes by. We're imitating something that's got a neutral buoyancy. It's not sinking real fast and it's not floating. That's why the system is important. You have too heavy of a line, it'll make it float and not get down there and look natural. So what we're using is 2-pound line on the whole spool. That way we can cast far. We also have a 2-pound fluorocarbon leader. You see that knot right there? That's because line in the water flashes, and trout in particular, because their eyesight see the flash of a regular monofilament. We have a fluorocarbon leader, and we have a little float right here, easy trout float. This little float goes on and off easy. You're gonna notice the thing that we do the most is we're changing depths all the time. We're moving up and down. We can put this on anywhere we want to, and we look out here and we say, that water looks to be about 3 feet deep. So we'll put our lure a little bit deeper than 3 feet, because the lure does not drift over top of the float. It'll drift behind it, so you need a little bit more. The key is we want this thing drifting along the bottom, and that trout sitting on the bottom watching food source go by, and he's just picking it off. So the system's important. We have light line, float, adjusting our depth, but the next part is we've got to drift it. Now, David, if you can do me a favor and cut that trolling motor off, you'll see we'll start to drift with the current, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna always cast that out. Can you kick me to the left just a little bit, David? What we're gonna do is we're gonna cast directly beside us. So I'm gonna hand this to you. We cast right beside us, and then we want that float to look like it's just something drifting on the surface.
So we got like a dry fly?
Exactly. Now we're just mending it almost like we would a nymph on a fly rod. Pop it one time, just check your slack. That's it, let it drift. And as soon as that thing goes under, I want you to envision that rod tip going above the top of your head. There he is, get him, high. Oh, he spit it pretty quick.
Okay, so do I need to be set?
As quick as you can. As soon as that float moves, I'm on him.
All right.
And I kind of go like this. Oh, he's tight, then I go further on him.
Okay, so like not necessarily
a bass hook set.
See, that's every time I go fly fishing, it takes me a while to debassify.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, debassify is that a verb? I think that might be.
Now, Jeff was a very patient teacher. He tried multiple times to take the bass hook set mentality away from me. Now, the trout need a quick but not too strong of a hook set. With 2-pound test, it takes some time to get comfortable, but when you do, the result is great.
Oh, there he is, right tip high now. That's it. And now see, now it's just all that rod taking all the tension off of him. Pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, something. I'll tell you what.
It's not a hard system once you see it.
Right.
Yeah, really not.
Take some getting used to.
Yeah, that's right, and it's a long rod.
Look at there, my first trout magnet fish.
First trout magnet.
Did he spit it out just like that?
He did, and that's the nice thing about them is you give them a little bit of slack and boom, they pop right out.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Number 1.
752 to go.
Here we go.